Here we go, back at it again with yet another video. I'm Champ Chong, and today's video is a little bit of a different video because today I'll be having a discussion with you guys where you guys will leave your comments down below and I'll give you guys some points here and there about the next GTA game, GTA 6, and if we will see the game on either this generation of consoles that we have now, which is the PS4 and Xbox One, or will the game skip this generation of consoles and move directly to the next generation, which is the PS5 and whatever the next Xbox is called. And just a side note here, I don't necessarily want to make videos on GTA 6. I probably won't make too many in the near future because while the game is so far away, it seems kind of ridiculous to do that. So this video is nothing about like GTA 6 leak news. It's none of that bullshit clickbait stuff. This is a general discussion with you guys where we talk about the possibilities of the next GTA game and where it will land. So if you guys do end up enjoying this type of video, it's something different I thought I'd just do with you guys. Have a bit of discussion, as I said. Please remember to smack that like button real good. And yeah, now let's dive into the topic at hand, which is GTA 6 and where it could potentially end up on, the next generation or the current generation of consoles. First off, before I even start diving into the points of today's video, I want you guys to leave a comment down below, or multiple comments, whatever you need to get your points across. Where do you think the next GTA game will end up on? Will it end up on the Xbox One and PS3, I should say PS4, or will it end up on the next generation of consoles, which is the PS5 and whatever they end up calling the next Xbox? Leave that comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. This is a discussion between you guys and me, and I might follow this up in a next video about different topics, and we might continue this depending on what you guys think of this series. So yeah, just leave your comments down below. Will GTA 6 end up on the current gen consoles, which is the PS4 and Xbox One, or will it end up on the Xbox Next, whatever they end up calling it, and the PS5, or maybe even both? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright, so there are a bunch of things I'm going to talk about in this video, but the first point that I want to bring up is a very interesting one, because if GTA 6 does skip this generation of consoles, it means that there will never have been a new GTA game on this generation of consoles ever. So what I mean by that is, if you take a look at GTA 5, it did come out on the PS4 and Xbox One. It also came out on the PC, but it was first out on the PS3 and Xbox 360, which is the previous generation. It was ported to the next generation of consoles, which at the time was PS4 and Xbox One. It wasn't a brand new game that came out on the Xbox One and PS4. It was a ported version. So if GTA 6 doesn't come out on this system, or this generation I should say, we're not going to end up seeing a brand new, a completely brand new game from the GTA franchise on these consoles, which is crazy to even think about. And to think about this for a moment, GTA 5 launched back in September of 2013, which feels like a lifetime ago. Seriously, it was so long ago, almost 5 years ago. It's just insane how quickly time can pass. I can't believe it, right? We haven't seen a new GTA game in almost 5 whole years. That's just insane. And it's probably still going to be a few more years until we see GTA 6 from Rockstar because, well, Rockstar themselves are busy finishing Red Dead Redemption 2 at this time. So if you do think about everything, when you put it all together, the PS5 is being hinted at a 2020 release, or even some people are saying it could potentially come out in 2019 for a release, which is just totally crazy. But it's more than likely that if these release dates are true for the PS5 and the next gen consoles, that means we would see GTA 6 most likely launch on that next gen system because, well, it just isn't enough time for it to come out in time before those consoles do come out. Something we should look at definitely is this. This is a release history of GTA games in the past. You guys can see them here on screen. These are all the GTA games that have ever come out, but not all of them truly matter. There's only a few here that matter, and they begin with GTA, obviously. You can see in 1997 that Grand Theft Auto did come out. It came out on the PS1. It also came out on Windows, and then it was followed up by a few little games there, but Grand Theft Auto 2 came out 2 years after GTA, the original. Then 2 years after GTA 2 came GTA 3. So you can see it takes about 2 years for them to make these games at the time. However, However, then a year later in 2002, you can see that Vice City came out, which was sort of an expansion for GTA 3, but it still was a completely new game in a way, but it was still running off the same engine and everything. And then 2 years after Vice City, you can also see that San Andreas came out in 2004. So basically, up until this point, you can tell that it's taking roughly about 2 years for a completely new GTA game to come out. But that's where it kind of ends. In 2004, it skips because it takes the Liberty City stories, Vice City stories, and then it moves all the way to GTA 4 in 2008, which is about 4 to 5 years after a true release of a GTA game. So it took a lot more for them to take that next leap. And then if you take an even further look, it goes from GTA 4, they obviously had the expansions with Lost and Damned and Chinatown Wars and the Ballad of Gay Tony. But the interesting thing here is it goes from 2008 to 2013. So there's 5 years of a gap right there. And then it brings us to, well, today. It's 2018 right now. It's been almost 5 years since we've seen a GTA game. And it's really crazy to think that we might not see another GTA game for a few more years, for obvious reasons, such as other development that Rockstar is putting all their resources into. So you can see in that list of games that over time, it's taking Rockstar longer and longer, more time to create a new GTA game. It's taking a lot more effort because they're putting a lot more resources into it, but at the same time, they're putting a lot more work into these games, making them bigger than ever, more advanced than ever. They're kind of setting the standard for video games every time they release a GTA game. As I said, you can see in that list, it starts out at about 2 years, then it moves to about 4, and then 5, and we don't know where we're at next. It's definitely going to take a couple or more, maybe even more, a few more years for the next GTA game to come out. So we could be looking at almost a decade for a new GTA game since the last one, which was GTA 5. Now you're probably wondering, okay, sure, Rockstar Games do have a couple of things up their sleeves, such as Red Dead Redemption 2, but where are they going to make all their money? Well, it's obvious. Look at something like GTA Online. That's bringing in so much money, so much revenue for Rockstar Games, since they don't have to do too much work. They've got a team set for that, and they just create digital stuff, and people get those purchases digitally. It's all microtransactions, and people continually pump their money into this game, and Rockstar don't have to do too much. They're not updating it a lot. They just add a few little modes, little features here and there, and people keep going back to this game. Sure, the numbers aren't skyrocketing like they once were, but it's a steady player base, and that's what's keeping Rockstar basically happy at this very time. After all, when you take a real look at this, GTA 5 is on basically everything out there, almost everything, but it's on the PC, which was the last thing it came out on, and it's probably the best version of the game. And then on top of that, it's on a last generation and current generation. So you've got Xbox 360, you got PS3, you got Xbox One and PS4. It's on everything out there almost. And the reason I say almost is, well, it's not out on this thing. It's not out on the Nintendo Switch just yet. It's almost, it might. That's the big rumor right now. The word going around is that GTA 5 might come out on the Nintendo Switch. That Rockstar might actually port the game to the Nintendo Switch, which would be huge. This would certainly take the game over the 100 million units sold. And to think about that number, 100 million copies of GTA 5 sold? Wow, like that's truly amazing, and you can see why this huge gap keeps continuing to grow between GTA games, because they don't need to release them out like Call of Duty or FIFA or any annual release, because they're just so successful that they can take those big leaps and to actually create a big leap in technology and the future of video games. So with that being said, if Rockstar Games were to release GTA 5 and port it to the Nintendo Switch as rumored, then they would have that, plus they'd have Red Dead Redemption coming out on these new gen consoles at the time, which is the PS4 and Xbox One. That means they've got two big things happening for them at this very time in the next year or so. So where does GTA 6 fit in? Well, it fits in a few years down the line. This is where it allows Rockstar Games to truly take their time and to potentially create a completely new engine and bring a whole new game to us on a whole new generation of consoles, and then PC obviously too, hopefully down the line. But there is actually an argument to Rockstar Games releasing exclusively on the next-gen systems, which would be the PS5 and the Xbox, whatever the next Xbox is called, because it wouldn't be the smartest business decision. A smart business decision by Rockstar, which is most likely what I think they'll do, is if they end up releasing right at the end of this generation of consoles life cycle. This is actually what they kind of did with the last game of GTA, with GTA 5, because if you think back to 2013, 2014 is when we did see the new gen consoles start coming out, and that means we would see potentially the same thing play again with GTA 6 and the PS5 and the next Xbox, because we'd probably see it come out right at the end of Xbox One and PS4 system life cycle, and then we'd see it move on and get ported eventually to the next consoles, and that would be huge because that would allow them then again to be on 2 generations. So that basically doubles up and brings in so much more money for Rockstar Games, and then also PC plays a big part eventually after those consoles have been ported to. However, there is one big issue that lies at hand here, and that's when will the next gen of consoles actually come out? Now, we don't really know. There are rumors, there are little inside sources here and there that I've reported on previously regarding the next generation of consoles, specifically at this very time, the PS5 and when Sony plans to release the next console, but there's no concrete evidence at this very time. The word going around, however, is 2019, 2020, which is truly just crazy to even think about. 2 years from now, we'd see new consoles. That's pretty bad news for Rockstar Games, because that means they'd have to release the next GTA game, GTA 6, before those consoles come out if they are to double up similar to how they did with GTA 5. And just in case you are wondering, why would they want to double up? It's because think about how many people own a PS4 or how many people have an Xbox One. That's a huge amount of gamers that aren't going to upgrade right away in the next 2 years. A lot of people are going to still be on the last generation of consoles at the time. So they're not going to want to just step away and go, okay, we're jumping straight to the next gen of consoles. They'll want to definitely capitalize on the huge number of units of PS4s and Xbox Ones because, well, that's a whole lot of potential sales just waiting right there. Now, one thing to point out on the release of the next gen of consoles, if the next Xbox and the next PlayStation do come out after 2021, we'll most likely see that double up of PlayStation 4 and Xbox One copies of GTA 6, and then eventually a port to the next generation would be the PS5 and the next Xbox. So it'll have to be until 2021, 2022 until we do see those next gen consoles for Rockstar to even be able to do something like that. But it's a really tricky position to be in if they are Rockstar Games at this very time, like thinking as to where they should bring this new system or a new game to what system, because it's a very interesting spot to be in. So all in all, I'm really excited to see what Rockstar does, and this whole discussion has actually been pretty interesting. It's got me thinking even more, which I might write down some things and kind of flesh them out and see where I come up with ideas for potentially down the line in the future. Because I enjoy doing videos like this where I talk to you guys and dive deep into a topic and not just kind of quickly give you a report on some news. So if you guys actually did enjoy this video, let me know in the comments down below, and also don't forget to also let me know where you guys think this will end up, where GTA 6 will end up. Will it be on the current gen of consoles, will it end up on the next, or will it end up somewhere in the middle or maybe on both? At this time, we don't really know, it's all speculation, but I had a great time making this video as I said. What I will say right now at the end of this video is thank you for watching this video, and also thank you for being a subscriber if you are a subscriber. I recently hit 860,000 subscribers, which is a huge number for me. I know it's not huge in the grand scheme of things compared to some people out there that have like millions and millions and millions of subscribers, but to me, I'm happy with it. I'm more than happy with it. I love that number. I love to see it grow. I have 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, a million subscribers. It doesn't matter to me. If you guys are watching, supporting my videos, and I get to make these videos for you, it keeps me happy. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you are a brand new viewer, please click that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.